The good news is you're kind of cracking it. The bad news is you're cracking it. It's almost impossible to adjust yourself because the segments misalign in 3-dimension. We live in 3-dimensional space. So in order for us to truly get corrected, we need an external person to make the correction. With your spine, you can't reposition yourself because you're stuck in your own dimension.
Okay.
So you can only do 1-dimensional, maybe 2-dimensional adjustment.
Okay.
So you need external force.
Yeah, to make a XYZ correction.
Oh, okay.
That's a byproduct of our living. So if we go outside of the desk and sitting, I essentially break it down to the world we live in is not fair. So the byproduct of this unfair world we live in, people get consumed from that, which is sitting at the desk and working hard and sacrificing themselves for their families because they're in great debt from buying their house. 80% of most people's conditions when they come to see me, or if they come to see any health professional, is stress. 80% of cancer, 80% of back pain, 80% of anything, even the cold, the flu, it's accumulated from stress. So if we dissect the stress and we break it down to a more elemental state, I would say it's lack of love. Lack of self-love. So when you're working hard, you're loving your company, you're loving your family more than you're loving yourself, so then you sacrifice yourself for that. Or if you're a student trying to make your parents happy, you study harder. So you're loving your parents more than you're loving yourself. Because if you love yourself, you wouldn't necessarily work so hard. But that's also part of life, because when you sacrifice your life for people, it makes your life more meaningful. But when it's too much, it's not good. So life is really about giving and taking. And most people that suffer are giving more than they're taking. And then when the body's bent forward, it puts more stress on the spine because it makes the distance longer. So when you're like this, it stretches more. And when it stretches more, it's not as efficient. When the segments are more loose and free, like how they're designed to be, if you look at this curvature, then the information from your body, like the nerve impulse from the brain to the body, travel in a more efficient way. So a lot of the posture has to do with a lot of these belief systems because they're tied in with emotion. This is the limbic system, and this is the cerebellum. This controls movement. This limbic system is the only system that is hardwired with every other system in the brain. So in other words, we think emotionally, we make decisions emotionally, we see emotionally, and we hear emotionally. Everything is powered by emotion. We move emotionally. So if you feel a certain thing, it's better to audit like why you feel this way. Why am I feeling jealous? Why am I feeling angry? Why am I feeling sad? And that's when EQ goes into place. What does this have to do with the spine and your alignment? It has everything to do with it.